What is up, YouTube? I am back here with another video, and on this video is going to be a trade recap on today's trade, right? So we had taken a sell position for SPY, and then we also had seen other setups on NQ and gold, but I'm gonna get into that after this, after I show you guys this trade. All right. So first things first. All right. So we have clearly seen the market has been dumping for about a long ass time. All right. We have been dumping for a long ass time. Okay. Market's gonna continue to dump unless something positive in the market happens. Tomorrow we have Powell speaking, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen tomorrow. But yeah, so right here on the 5 minute and the 15 minute, right? I'm gonna show you that in a bit. Let me just go to the higher time frames first. All right. So on the higher time frames, we want to mark our previous daily high and daily low, as you guys can see here. So we are on Tuesday. This is the Tuesday candle. So we want to mark our Monday's candle, right? Always want to mark our previous daily high and daily low. Okay. So now, all right. So now, um, we scale down to the lower time frames, right? What do we see here? We see our EMA that we are continuing to go to the downtrend, and we haven't seen any breakouts. We've seen one right here, but it continued to go down, breaking the EMA to the downside again, right? So currently we're still down. We're creating lower highs and lower lows. All right. So now I go to the 30 minute. All right. We want to mark our key levels on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, right? So I will scale to the 4 hour, right? I see a key level right here. We tapped in once, tapped in twice, and we tapped in a third time, and then we finally broke this key level right here. Okay, so what does that mean for us? That we want to take a sell position, right? If it broke our key level, right, this is basically our floor, right? It was bouncing off our floor, and then all of a sudden it had broke through the floor, becoming our roof. All right, so now we want to go to the 15 minute, okay, and the 5 minute. What do we see here? We see the EMA following the downtrend. All right, we didn't see any breakouts, we didn't see any of that. Okay, so right here, right, let me replay this for you guys, right, so you guys can see. Okay, so right here, right, market had opened and it was the shittiest open ever. All right, so I was like, okay, at first I had marked in this the supply zone because I wanted it to either target these London highs and Asian highs, but it didn't, right? So we're not gonna complain about what the market doesn't give us. We're just gonna follow what the market is gonna give us. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't expect the market to give you something. Don't expect the market to always be on your side, right? So at first I was like, all right, I'm gonna go for buys once it retests this zone, but it never ended up breaking the candle, or it never gave me a good rejection, or it never gave me that instinct to go for buys, right? So right here, if I would have taken buys, I would have probably targeted this high or London's high. All right, but it didn't. Once once 8:35 happened, it gave us this ugly ass candle, and then once 8:40 happened, 8:45, sorry, once 8:45 happened, and then that's when it gave us a candle to the downside. All right, so that's when that's when the market gave us a candle to the downside. I had marked this supply zone right here, as you guys can see, this candle and this candle, right? And then we see this strong bearish candle. All right, so once that happened, we also broke through our previous daily low, right? We broke through, we didn't reject, we broke through, right? So as you guys can see here, we were rejected. As you guys can see here, we had went up and then market, but this is before market. We only trade after market. Okay, so we only trade from 8:30 and above. This was before, so of course I'm not gonna take any of these trades. Okay, there's no volume. So once market opened, it hit 8:40, right? So let's play, and then as you guys can see, there was a big candle that had went up and then rejected. I should have entered right outside the box, but it was like it lagged me out, or gave me a laggy position, and it basically gave me all the way up to here. My stop loss was all the way up here. Once it left my box, I lowered my stop loss, right, because it broke the candle, and then that's when I either was gonna take this low, but it clearly smashed it. And then I take this low. I should have held all the way to London's low, but that's when I didn't. Right, I had my TP right here. I should have it down here because that's what we're targeting, right? And as you guys can see, we fucking dumped, bro. We hit all the way right here. We could have hit we could have made at least like $300. Okay, but instead we didn't. But it's whatever. We took our money and we got out of there. Yesterday was as well. We took an L, but ended up winning today and more, right? But that's how we do it here, all right? So yeah, I just need to get a little bit better on holding my positions a little bit longer, especially on where I want them to go, instead of me looking at them as money wise or as ratio wise, like 101 RR, right? So I need to look at it more as like, oh, it's gonna hit this London, it's gonna hit this London low, or it's gonna hit this low, it's gonna hit this key level, right? Things like that. I need to get better at that, which I will be back testing on, but yeah. So let's go on to the next trade. Okay, let me take out this. All right. Well, it was not the next trade, but the next setup. Okay. All right, so M and Q is basically the same thing, but as you guys can see here, there is no supply zone, right? So right here on SPY, there is a supply zone, right? We have that red candle and the white candle. This one, we only had the white candle. If you want to mark this, this is a big ass zone, bro. Like this is unrealistic, basically. Okay, so we did the only thing that SPY in NQ, sorry, the NQ gave us was that we had a key level here, and that we had a that we just broke the EMA on the 5 minute. That's all we had, right? As you guys can see on the 8:30, we had tapped into that key level, but and then it just broke the daily's low, and it broke the AMA, right? We could have taken this, but contracts are really expensive, right? So if we would have taken this, let's say for London's low, right? One contract is $200, right? $200 is a lot for basically what my account is, right? $200, 1% of that is 20 grand, right? So that is way too much for my account. I don't have that much in my account. I don't have 20K in my account, right? So contracts are too expensive, so I scaled down to the right here onto SPY, and then that's when I decided to go for SPY, right? Because they were cheaper contracts, and they're the same thing, but SPY basically controls NQ in some sort of way, right? But yeah, other than that, those were the two setups right there. I only ended up taking SPY, right? And now let's look at the next setup, okay? So right here on gold, okay? So on gold, right? Same thing. We want to mark our previous daily high and daily low. All right. The thing with gold is that there's barely any key levels. Okay, there's rarely any. Well, not rarely, but there is key levels, but not like how NQ or SPY has it. Okay, right here you can just see that we just been fucking shooting up to the moon, bro, on gold, right? We haven't really had any downtrends recently, but right now, all right. So right here, as you guys can see, we were on a downtrend, consolidated, we went up, and now we're back down. All right. So right here, we marked our previous daily high and daily low. So I went to the 4 hour and 1 hour, wanting to see if there was any key levels. All right. So right here, there is a key level. Right. As you guys can see, we were tapping right here, kept going up, tapping. We broke through, consolidated on our key level, shot up, came back. We went up a little bit, but then we shot down. I mean, and then we went back up. All right. So now once we scale down to the 5 minute, right, we see this. Okay, so I'm just like, all right, this is basically blocking my way. So I'm obviously not gonna take gold, right? Because gold is not giving me anything at the moment, right? And especially once market open, which was at 8:30, we were just consolidating, and so then I was like, all right, we're consolidating. I might take this breakout, right? If it was gonna break up, I would go for buys. If it was gonna break down, I would go for sells. So obviously, as you guys can see, we had broken down, and we could have made a 1-3 RR, or you could have taken a 1-2 RR, right? Like simple as that, right? So if we would have risked $100, we would have made 210. If we would have risked $200, we would have made 420. Okay, but like I said, contracts are really expensive for gold and NQ, especially if you have a small account, right? So if you have $1,000 account, I've explained this on my educational videos that I sell. Okay, so I show you guys on how to grow a small account. I show you guys how to grow a 5K account. I show you guys how to grow all that. All right, but right here, as you guys can see, contracts are really expensive, so I don't really want to go overboard on my how do I say it, on my account, right? Because it's gonna psychology kicks in, all that stuff. Okay, so I rather properly risk manage than go overboard on my risk. Okay, but yeah, other than that, that's gonna be the setups for today on gold. We decided to go for this breakout. It was nothing really major. Okay, it didn't break no EMA. Well, it did break the EMA right here, but it didn't. It wasn't like the EMA wasn't following it. How do I say it? Let me show you. It wasn't following like this, right? It was all the way down here, right? So it was basically just a breakout trade, right? We tapped in into our daily previous daily low all the way in London session, but that's at 1:30 in the morning. I am slumped at 1:30 in the morning, bro. I am not up at that time, right? So of course we're just gonna take whatever New York gives us. But yeah, other than that, that's gonna be it for this video. Such a banger trade. I'm going to how do I say this? I'm going to be giving out. I'm gonna be having a sale on Black Friday for my Discord and for my educational videos. If you guys want to purchase, you guys are more than welcome. Right? Make sure to join the Discord. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. I do post on TikTok. I post my P&Ls on there, and I also post my P&Ls on Instagram as well. Right? And I do live trade on my Discord. I do give out signals, especially if you're not on the call. If you just want to take the signal, then that's fine, right? But other than that, guys, that's gonna be it for this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.